YouTube, taking you guys on a vlog today. I should have brought you guys with me earlier because I went to one of our builds to get the cabinets delivered, making sure that they got them in the house. But I'm gonna take you guys with me. I actually got to go sign for a closing. We're gonna be selling a piece of land. It's actually that video I have on my page, guys. It's a short where I'm on my phone and the lady's going off of me. That land next to her, we have split it into 2 lots, and we were going to build 2 single families, but where it's at is like an hour away from where we live. Further away, it's the only lot that we own in that county, so it made more sense for us to sell. And the crazy part about it is we're actually selling it to that lady. So I know you guys are probably like, well, what, why, and how is this happening? But hey, it's the Lord's work, because it brought me peace to say, you know what, we don't need to do that build. We're going to just sell the land back to her, make a profit for us doing the work of splitting the land. She can buy the land and have nobody build next to her and live happily ever after. But got to go sign for that. Just going to take you guys with me, talk to you guys a little bit. Just had some cool stuff happen. So we're going to get ready to go on this little journey. Got to get this truck washed. We had to buy this thing for a write-off, man. But it's a nice truck, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, let me get to it, because Tani's about to be mad. I'm about to be late. Boom, we're back. I'm driving, so do not try this stuff at home. I got that, I got the DJI, the Osmo Pocket 3. So like I can comfortably hold it in one hand and drive with the other hand. And I am focused on the road. If you guys are upset at me driving, my eyes are on the road. But I wanted to share the power of YouTube so far and what doors it's starting to open up. Tani is our attorney, not the lady next door, but yeah, this lady, man, she has been so interesting to work with. She's tried to negotiate the numbers down, throw her own terms, close with her attorney when our attorney already had the file ready. So many different things so far, but we went back and forth yesterday, and she's been interesting, right? She's been kind of like, we've been talking for about a week and a half now, and she's been like throwing out little things. Like she called me Kendall and she called me Kendra, and I'm like, all right, like this lady clearly knows my name, but she wants to see if she can agitate me, and I haven't given her that glory. I haven't given her the fulfillment of me being bothered. I've just continued to kind of be kind to her, let her know like, hey, like I don't have to sell you this land. I don't owe you anything. So here's an opportunity to buy it. If you don't buy it, there's going to be 2 houses built next to you. So for her, obviously, it's not me threatening. It's just saying, hey, this is what's going to happen. I own this land. I'm giving you the option or the opportunity to buy it from me. And if you don't do it, then I'm going to sell it to somebody who does build right next to you. And because she's so passionate about no development and nothing being built next to her, she was willing to come up to the price we asked and buy it. But again, she's just kind of been back and forth this whole week, kind of throwing little things out. Yesterday, she tried to say, oh, my dad's sick, I'm going to have to take him to the doctor, so I may need a few extra days to close because of it, and thought I was just going to give her the benefit of the doubt for that. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I'll go ahead and let my attorney know we're moving a different direction. She then proceeded to call me an a-hole. She's like, well, you're being an a-hole for doing that. Like, you got to give some grace and give me some time. Like, ma'am, I don't owe you anything, respectfully. Like, you've disrespected me this entire time, yet I'm still communicating with you. I'm built different than a lot of people, because a lot of people would have cut you off, went off on you, or just built next to you just to do it. So we went back and forth. Finally, my attorney messaged me last night and said, hey, they agreed to all your terms. They'll pay all the closing costs. They'll close by the same closing timeline, which is this week, tomorrow. And if they don't close, you can move to a different buyer. So I was like, cool, let's do it. And that's where we are so far. So I'm on the way to get that signed now. But I did want to share with you guys something pretty cool that happened earlier today. In one of my real estate communities, the Real Side community by Tommy If you don't know him, go subscribe to his YouTube, follow him on Instagram. He's one of my mentors. I'm in a community called the Real Side Group, and there's now a few thousand people in there. But I got a message this morning, and if you see this, Mikkel, shout out to you. But I got a message this morning from a lady named Mikkel. She reached out and said, hey, like, I ran across one of your YouTube shorts. I'm interested in partnering up on a deal if the opportunity is there, which was crazy because I was just talking to my other mentor, Austin Rutherford. If you also don't know him, YouTube, Instagram, follow, subscribe. I was just talking to him yesterday about, how do I, find more partners and stuff like that? How do we find, more people that are interested in being, a financial partner in the opportunities we provide? And it literally just came the next day, and it came via YouTube. So she she saw one of my videos on here, and she was like, it was so crazy because I thought about it. She's like, I realized that you just said something in the group the other day and saw that you were in there. So I didn't know she was in the group. She didn't know I was in the group until I messaged something in there the other day. And then she ran across me on YouTube. And just like that, we messaged back and forth a few times. We're on a phone call. And now we are going to, when I get there, I'm going to let her talk to Tani and just kind of get that experience of talking to an attorney, seeing what it's like to lend, and getting inside of a real estate deal and learn and earn passive returns. So I think that's pretty cool that YouTube has provided that opportunity. It's so early on. We just crossed like 4,500 subscribers, which is pretty cool too. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in. We're going to keep building this thing out, keep growing it, see where it takes us. But so she reached out. We got to have a conversation. She has a great story. Used to be in the military. Actually lost $55,000 on her first deal and still is back. She has the grit to come back and invest again. She lost, working with a bad operator. Sounds like they did a lot of stuff out of order. She didn't even wire funds to an attorney, which is a big red flag if you're ever in an investment deal. If someone ever tells you to wire to them directly and you haven't done business with them, run far away. So we kind of talked through all that stuff. And basically told her, like, look, we can provide an opportunity here. You see our track record, and we're in the same community. And just explained, obviously, that, I was like, I just posted on here yesterday, guys, that I lost $60,000 of other people's money, and I got it back plus their interest. So I was like, the last thing you got to worry about with me is not getting paid back. I don't care if the whole deal goes south. You'll get your funds back plus your profit. But I was like, I think it'll be cool to share with you guys at the end of it all that, you lost $55,000, still had the grit to get back in investing after a few months, and then gets to earn a return and learn new development all at the same time. So, yeah, man, it's the power of social media, YouTube, Instagram. I always tell people one of the best things you could do is become if you're in real estate, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, but we'll talk about real estate since that's what I'm in here. If you're in real estate, you should be able to scroll through your contacts, and 90% of the people, if not 100% of the people, should know what you do. And if a bunch of people don't know what you're doing yourself a disservice, at least in my industry, because the opportunities that you're missing is far greater than, hey, I just want silence, or I don't want people to know what I'm doing, or I want to move incognito. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Shout out Wayne. But nah, it's not about that, right? It's like you gotta let people know what you do so they can think of you first when opportunity arises, whether that's lending private money, whether that's a land deal that pops up. You never know. I mean, it's literally free marketing. I got to I got to go plunge last night with the largest private builder in Mecklenburg County. And he has such a simple mission and mindset, and it's allowed him to scale so fast in the last few years to being the #1 private company in the county. And it's simple principles. He doesn't spend any money on marketing. He said, all we do is we tell people what we're going to do. We do what we say we're going to do, and we move extremely fast while we're doing it. He's the only acquisitions guy. and they're building 350 homes this year. They've already built, I think, over 1,000 homes. They own a bunch of land in prime locations, and he's one of the most humble guys you'll meet. So that was super powerful for me to hear, but it was a great reminder of like, dude, you don't even need to spend money on marketing. You don't need to have all this stuff figured out. You just got to take action and do what you say you're going to do. And that can carry way further than anything else. And I thought it was so powerful when he said, hey, man, like I just, I tell people what I'm going to do. And on top of that, he's like, I pay people the most that I can pay them. I don't try to beat them up on price. I don't try to negotiate. I just let them know, hey, this is the max amount of money I can pay. Are you willing to work with me? He said, and yeah, sometimes he's not the highest guy. Sometimes there's an offer that's higher. But he's like, is it worth it to try to go get a couple grand more versus close with someone that you know is going to get you to the finish line? So there was just so many gems that he touched last night and shared with me. And I thought it was super impactful. It got me super fired up, super inspired to go out and execute. And I wanted to share that stuff with you guys, of course. But yeah, you got to let people know what you do, how you do it, because you never know what's on the table for you. So I'm super excited to be able to work with someone that essentially first found me from here, even though we were in the same community. And I'm going to make sure I do everything I can to provide the best experience possible for her so that she understands the power of investing in real estate. And I want that same opportunity to be open for anybody else. Somebody else may click on this video, have fun sitting to the side and say, hey, like I didn't know you could even invest passively. So the opportunity is there. I always tell people to reach out and connect. My handle on here is the same handle on all my social medias. So you can find me anywhere. My email is posted throughout the channel. I'm all about connecting, so we'll make it happen. But like I said, I am driving. I'm holding this camera with one hand, but I'm going to put this thing back down, vibe out, sing a little bit on the way to this closing, and I'll have you guys back out over there. We have arrived at Tani's, the attorney. That sun is getting me, boy. So we got to go in here. Park this truck. About to go in here and sign real quick. I'm gonna bring you guys along and see how this goes. I'm gonna have him call Mikkel. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have him call Mikkel as well while we're here, so that you guys can hear how he explains private money lending and talking to her for the first time, and just see where she's at with lending. So I'll keep you guys posted with that. Hey, how you doing? Doing good. I'm here for Tani. Yes. Okay, thank you. So we gotta wait for him to come down, but I'll set you guys up in there when we're in, and you'll get to hear firsthand what we're looking like. Up to the vlog.
What's going on?
All
right, man. Okay. Okay. So here's the settlement statement.
Cool deal. Top line or the bottom?
The top.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you. So I had someone message me from YouTube that was in a community with me already. She lost $55,000 flipping. This was months ago. She lost $55,000 flipping a house. She wired the money directly to the guy, like
to the guy,
like that she was working with. Yeah,
the seller or
the mentor that she had, like the investor. But long story short, she took 8 months out of real estate. She wants to hop back in to invest. Yeah. We actually had a great call. This one right here, right? Yeah. We had a great call this morning, and I told her I was on the way to you for a closing. Yeah. I said, so I can, when I get there, I can have you talk with Tani real quick. You just kind of explain her protection to her, basically.
Yeah. So she just want to make sure she doesn't do it again.
Yes. She's not even concerned really. Like she feels comfortable. She knows who I am. So she knows I'm not obviously a bad operator. You know, my signature is trash.
Yeah. Go ahead and sign.
So, what's today's date?
No, you know what? Don't worry about that.
Okay. So I told her I would have you call just to introduce yourself.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, tax ID for Queen City.
Oh shoot.
Your mailing address. Son, yeah. Tell her, thanks for hooking me up with. There was a guy that called me the other day, and I guess I forgot
Chris
his name.
Gormley.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what
He's a real deal. He's doing a lot of transactions.
Yeah. So I got
a lot more than us. So.
Yeah, he was doing he does mainly like novations and assignments. So I was like, okay. I thought novation. Anyway, I looked at his agreement form, and I was like, well, yeah, I think I can do this. I know I can do it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize, he's like, oh, the one I sent you is what I want you to do. Go ahead and do that one. So I said, okay.
So you already got a closing on the way with him?
Yeah, so I don't know how.
There we go.
How he operates though, because
he's got a lot of.
I know he does it differently. Okay, every deal, because this one, it's like a purchase contract, but I think he's gonna, maybe it's not an assignment. I guess it's, what do you call a novation?
Yep. And novations are. We did a novation with We've done a couple of novations.
Okay, all right, okay. So, let me get this straight though. The novation.
Yep.
My understanding of it is that you are the buyer, and then so it's almost like an assignment, but they just jump in. It's almost like an assignment. It's very similar, and then they jump in. The buyer comes in and takes your position, but it's not an assignment.
Right, it's not an assignment, and the way we even frame it up, like we're basically that document allows us to then list the property on MLS.
Yeah.
And the difference between a flat fee listing, we can accept a loan offer from a conventional buyer. So, like if a conventional loan wants to buy the property, that sheet allows us to accept that offer. The seller still signs off and releases it.
They understand that you got a contract with them for a certain amount.
Exactly.
And if it's higher, they're not getting that. You are.
Exactly. The difference is what we profit.
And they know the selling price is going to be the higher number.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, with Mikkel, it's more of like she wants to know, like, I wanted to say, my attorney's super cool. I was like, I'll connect you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
She has $20,000 that she's going to invest. She was ready to jump
for you, like on your deal,
into our deal. So she's ready to jump in. We wired in funds like out of our account for Mooresville Road.
Okay.
361 Mooresville Road, Mr. Raven.
Yeah.
So we wired in funds for that. I already told her, I was like, hey, we can get you into that deal if you're ready to go. She said, yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
So
why don't I let her talk to me, and then I can kind of guide her on how, like, I'm sure she's want to be protected, and
of course
you want her to be protected,
100%.
And then I'll tell her, hey, this is probably the best way to do it.
She's ready right now.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Mikkel.
Okay, Mikkel. Okay.
Yep.
Mikkel, not Michaela.
Yeah, it's Mikkel.
Okay. Hello.
Hey, Mikkel.
Hey.
Hey, Mikkel.
Hey, how's it going?
I mean, let me Kendrick introduce me first.
No, you're good. I got Tiny here, so I told him a little bit of the rundown. So we have a deal that we had bought already with our funds, and we can pretty much just reimburse ourselves out and get you into the deal. We haven't even broke ground on it yet, but I was gonna just pass you over to Tiny, let him explain, introduce himself, and then explain how you would be protected, and if you're ready to get rocking and rolling, we could probably set something up next week to get you to send the funds.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
All right, let me pass you over to Tiny.
Hey, Mikkel, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Hey, we just they just sold something, and then today, so he just said, hey, by the way, we have an investor who's ready to jump in, and she was, she lost some money a while ago, and she just wants to make sure that doesn't happen again. But but she wants to jump in this deal that we just did. So, I'll be more than happy to talk to you about. I know they just bought the property. Kendrick just mentioned which deal that that you want to come in. But they just bought the property, I think, like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So, and I know you want to be protected, and I know Kendrick wants you to be protected. So, I can let me know what your agreement is with him, and then I can help you. I can kind of figure it out how you can be protected on your deal for you.
Gotcha. So what me and Ken discussed this morning, I have $20K to invest.
Yep.
I mentioned promissory note.
Okay.
My mortgage deed. I do believe those are the two terms he mentioned.
Okay.
And he mentioned that's how I would be protected. He pretty much went down, covered everything. But
Okay.
if you just want to reiterate everything, that'd be perfect.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So are you strict like I don't know. Are you coming in as like a ownership or like a lender?
Yeah, private, like
A private
same
lender?
with our other lenders,
Okay,
yeah.
so I know that what Kendrick and then has done in the past is that what they'll do is you'll come in as I'm assuming a lender, and he's promised you a certain amount, whether it's interest rate or a certain amount once the property is sold. Does that sound right?
Correct. He said annualized return. Did we discuss numbers, Ken?
No, we didn't discuss numbers for, like, I didn't tell her a rate for this specific property just yet.
Yeah, so you guys got to get that straightened out.
Right.
But yeah, so basically, I think what they do is
Annualized interest.
yeah, so what they'll do is they'll get you a promissory note, but then they'll get you a deed of trust after you get the construction loan, right?
Correct.
So your lien will not be there until the construction loan is until they have gotten the construction loan. So it's not immediate. I'm sorry.
With the construction loan,
The construction loan is to build. Okay, so all right.
That's the hard money lender.
Yeah, so they're going to get a lender to loan them the money to build the property, okay? So in order to do that, that lender wants first position on the property, okay? Even I mean, there's also, I have to tell you the good and the bad, and I'm sure. So when you loan the money to Kendrick, there won't be a lien. Like you have there's no lien on the property yet until they get that construction loan. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're it's not secured yet until because that first lender is going to want first. If we were to put your lien on there right now, then you would be in first position, okay? And so that the lender will not loan them the money because they want to be in first, okay?
Gotcha, makes sense.
Yeah, so so the one drawback is, hey, when you give them this money, there is no. One, you got to put everything on paper, okay? So that note will do it, but just make sure that the only drawback is not secured until that first loan, until that construction loan is taken out.
Gotcha. Now, with a construction loan, what are the pros and cons? What are the possibilities that they won't get the loan, or what would be the determination?
Well, I can't that part. That part I don't know about the approval process. I don't deal with that, right? So I only come in when they have already they've already gotten you might want to talk to their loan officer, whoever they get for the construction loan, and he can better advise you on what their chances of getting. But I mean, everyone that they've gotten, they've gotten construction loans for it. I mean, everyone they built I've done their construction loan. So, but that question is better suited for the person that they're getting the loan from.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I just, whenever they, once they're approved, that lender then gets in touch with me and says, hey, they're approved. Here's the title. We want you to do X, Y, and Z. Okay. So I'm not involved in that process, but as far as your question is, what's the likelihood they're going to get it? I can't answer it, but I mean I know that they've always gotten it when they want to build.
I got you.
At least with the closings that I've done for them. So I can't speak for anything I haven't
done. That was just like a future reference type of question. I'm pretty sure, again, like you said, they've been building for a minute, so I don't see why not.
Yeah, just I would just make sure everything's in writing, and then but that's the only drawback I can is that it's not instantly secured until the construction loan is taken out.
And just to give you a heads up too, Mikhail, what we normally do, so we'll raise the money, we'll buy the land first. If we're ready to go ahead and get started, like say we have to demo a property, then obviously we got to get a demo permit to tear down the old house or old structure or whatever it may be. But if we're ready to go and the land's already vacant, we'll go ahead and try to do as much as we can. So we'll go ahead and dig our footers, pour our foundation, and then we'll even try to get up the framing with all of our own money first. And then after we get to that point, we'll go to our hard money lender, the construction lender, and say, hey, we already have all this so far, so they can release even more funds at closing or for our draws, so we have more money to work with throughout the build. And that way, we're not taking multiple draws with the hard money lender. We actually only take 1 to 2 draws, and we're able to get the build done before a third or fourth draw is required. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, okay, gotcha.
So that's just a technique we do to help us save money, and we'll teach you more about that too for whenever you build. That's something cool that you can do. If you can float your own cash up front, if you can afford to do it, then you can save more money in the long run. But yeah, that's pretty much it so far. I just wanted you to be able to talk to Tony. As you can tell, he's not like a biased attorney towards me. He's going to give you the real. He's going to answer the questions.
Yeah, I mean, I will answer any question you want me to, and I will let you know what I think is what you need to do. So, but yeah, if you got any questions, just Kendrick will tell you either text me or give me a call. I'll definitely answer my phone, or I'll text you back. So.
Gotcha. I would say but for the most part, Ken, he pretty much explained everything. I do appreciate you bringing the attorney on the call.
Of course.
I guess for reassurance or whatever, which I do appreciate because again what I've been through. So I definitely appreciate it, and
no doubt.
It was pretty thorough. So I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'll give you a call back. I'm shooting a vlog actually right now, and this is gonna go in it, so I'm not gonna discuss the terms with you on the vlog, but I'll give you a call back and we'll discuss that. The last thing I just wanted you to clarify, because I know the last time you lost money, you gave money directly to the person.
Yeah.
Tani has his own wire instructions. He normally confirms.
Yeah, don't ever give it to a third. Yeah, give it to an attorney or someone someone who's has someone to look like we're governed by the bar association. Let's make sure that we're not doing anything stupid, right? And if we did, they would even I think there's like some sort of compensation fund too if we did something wrong like that. There's some remedies that you can get your money back from us if we were. I mean, I can't imagine any attorney wanting to do that, but I think you learned a tough lesson. But you want
And Ken, I was about to say I could talk to you about this later on, but that should have been a red flag. But I was just chasing money, so
listen, not only I do I'm an attorney, I also invest too. So I've been doing it for a long time, and I've seen a lot. So I will let you know if I think it's funny,
But
when funds are exchanged, what would I get in return?
Okay, so what would happen is that you have a second lien, right? So whenever, let's say that when they have a construction loan already, so the construction loan is first, right? So your lien is second position, and whoever, it all depends on whatever. I'm assuming is she the only one that she's going to be in second position?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's saying just make sure that you're the second in position person. Okay, so what will happen is that once that the property is built, and then now they want to sell it, right? So once they sell it, then the buyer's attorney is going to look at do the title search, and he's going to see that look, in order we'll have to pay off the first lien, which is the construction loan, right? And then we need to pay off any other liens, and you would be in second. They would see it. They're like, okay, that needs to be paid off too. So what they would do is they would contact you or Kendrick and say, hey, we need a payoff from, is it McHale?
Yes.
So we need a payoff from McHale, and you actually have to submit a payoff to the attorney. So you said, okay, hey, well, here's my payoff, and it's going to be based on your note, right? Whatever your agreement is with Kendrick, and then the attorney would collect that at closing. When that buyer is purchasing it, and then you get paid from the attorney at the closing table. So they'll wire you the money once it's closed.
Gotcha.
You see that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So it wouldn't be where they sell it and then they hand you. You actually have a lien on that. Like they couldn't do anything with that property without paying you off.
Gotcha.
So once you have that lien on there, no one can do anything on that property until you get paid off. Or the other drawback is that if things look, there's always risk and everything.
Yeah.
So if for whatever reason market tanked and houses are not selling, and then the first lender needs their money because they're like, hey, we already gave you your money, you're not selling this, and we're not getting our payments or whatever. Then that first lender is going to go and foreclose on that house, okay, to get paid. So that's the kind of the risk that you're taking. But look, if you did your homework, you're gonna see that house is worth way more than what it's gonna cost to build it and your money that you loan. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So let's just, I mean, I'm assuming this is what before you invest, this is what you've kind of already taken to, looked into, is like, hey, the property is worth 300. Kendrick, you would tell her you took out a loan to build for 150 or something. I don't know. Yep. 150, and then Mikhail gave you 20. Now that's 170. It's worth 300. So even if it got foreclosed on, I more than likely would get paid my 20 because it would probably sell for more than 200. You know what I mean? So you got like 170 in. Even at foreclosure, they're probably selling this thing at probably 220, 250. So you're gonna get paid anyway, right? I mean, it's a risk, but it's safe. You know what I mean? You just minimize your risk if things went to crash. You know what I mean? Which is always a risk.
I gotcha. Now with the promissory note and what was the other one you said? Mortgage.
It's called a deed of trust. Or mortgage.
Deed of trust. Mm-hmm. Is that actual paperwork that I would receive, or is that?
Yeah. So it's a document. So Kendrick, or the property owner, which is Kendrick's company, owns the property. So what they're basically saying is, hey, we're giving you a lien on this property because we borrow money from you. Okay? And I don't know if you understand what a lien is. A lien is like, it's just, so that's what it is. So it's like a 5 or 6 page document that gives you the right to foreclose if they don't pay you. Okay? So you can foreclose as well.
Gotcha.
If let's just say Kendrick says, hey, we'll pay you in 6 months, and then it's 9 months now. Okay? So they would have breached it, and then, I don't do foreclosures, but it's breached, so I want to go get my money.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So you can go and,
And that promissory note also foregoes our rights to fight you in court, basically.
Well, yeah. So it's basically say, hey, he owes you this, and it's pretty straightforward, right? But they didn't pay you, they're in breach. So you would go to court, but they would have little defense. You know what I mean?
I gotcha. Now, with these documents, are they filed with the court system, or is it just...
No, the deed of trust is filed with the Register of Deeds. The note is not. The note you keep.
Okay, gotcha. Register of Deeds. Is that a government website?
Yeah, it's public. It's the Register of Deeds.
Okay.
Every county has it's the Register of Deeds. That's the department that keeps track of all real estate records. Official real estate records is the Register of Deeds. So every county, like Mecklenburg County, Register of Deeds. Rowan County, Register of Deeds. So if you want to look up who owns what, all the real estate must be recorded with them.
Gotcha.
So your lien will be there. Your lien will be recorded there once after, it would be recorded there once that construction loan is taken out.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? Remember.
Go ahead.
So anyway, yeah. So that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Also, y'all been pretty thorough, so I definitely appreciate all the information.
No doubt. Well, thank you, Mikhail.
All right. So I've got sorry, I wasn't expecting to talk to you for so long, but.
No, you're good. Mikhail, thank you. I'll give you a call back here in a few minutes and just go over more details with you, and then we'll set something up on the calendar.
Okay, definitely. Bet.
All right, thank you. Talk to him.
Thank you.
Boom. Yeah. There it is. I wanted the vlog to see the real, raw, unfiltered
well, it's boring
conversation.
Stuff, man.
It's boring stuff. But there it is. That's the info. Toddy, we got another one in the books, man.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Well, glad you got that.
All right, thank you, man.
She signs with you guys. And
yeah, hopefully she doesn't think we're like some fraudsters or something. Right. All right, man. Get on Chris's stuff so you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on that. I gotta get on that. Okay.
All right, talk soon. All right, guys, that's it. Held you guys a little longer than anticipated, but it's pretty simple stuff. Just wanted you to see the real convo from an attorney. So thank you guys for tapping in, and I'll see y'all in the next one.